we're doing.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Lauren.
And I'm Khaki.
And we are kicking off a podcast. I was thinking about this morning, and I feel like Instagram and social media has become so picture perfect, and I'm blaming myself too because I also have a public facing Instagram, and I feel like I've been craving authenticity and like real conversation from those that I follow, whether influencers or brands or founders or celebrities. I keep wanting more. And I'm also in the car a lot and driving my kids. And so I just feel like I'm looking for that in my own life. And so Khaki and I thought maybe our customers are, or other people want to hear just fun banter between sisters who work together.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I find myself going to podcasts to find that
Yes,
fun banter.
Exactly.
But then I'm in the car for 20-minute spurts, and I can't listen to a 2-hour podcast in that 20-minute spurt.
We want mindless entertainment.
Wanted a fun place to go where we can listen to some fun ladies chat about
exactly life
and
motherhood and business.
Starting a business together as sisters.
Exactly. Yes. And we talk all day, every day anyway. So we just thought, why don't we sit down for half an hour once a week and talk about our business, how we got started, and we might interview people along the way. I was thinking on Instagram we should do a Q&A and have people send in ladies and women of note that might be interested in coming on and talking. Yeah, exactly. In topics. So today we're just going to kick off talking about who we are, how we started our business, and when, and all the small details, and maybe some behind the scenes things yet that we haven't talked about.
Sounds good to me.
I know. But then actually the first thing we do want to do is talk about our weekly drops. So our company, Dudley Stevens, is a women's fleece clothing business, and we pretty much every week have new product drop. Mm-hmm. And if you're a real loyal customer, Dudley lover like us, you know that we have a weekly Tuesday drop at 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. So if all goes well with this episode, it will launch next Monday, the 18th, I think. Mm-hmm. And then the drop will be on the 19th. So I'd love to talk about that drop and what your favorites are, and then we can dive into business stuff.
Yes, let's do it. So the drop on the 19th is a fun, festive tartan drop, which I'm really excited about. It's very nice reds and greens, and very good for the holidays, and we have it in multiple different styles. One of the styles is actually the style I'm wearing.
Oh, yes.
So picture this
if
you're watching on YouTube or wherever.
Yep.
It's a tartan on this style.
Yes. Okay.
So
that'll
this
be
is
a good
called
one.
The Manchester.
Yep. The gold zipper kind of dresses it up too.
It's fun. There's a gold zipper on it, like Lauren said. It dresses it up a little bit. So you can wear it with a button down like I am today, or you could throw it on over leggings and wear it to pick up or to over your workout clothes.
I love that.
So it kind of is very
I might wear that on Thanksgiving
versatile.
Actually. Yeah.
So I would say this is going to be my favorite, but also the scarf that's coming
out. The scarf is so cute. It has fringe on the end.
It has fringe, and it's just you could
dresses anything
dress
up.
It up.
Yeah.
You could wear it pretty much every day.
And it's super warm.
And it's a good giftable item too for teachers.
Yes,
and
teachers' gifts. Yeah. Yes, good idea. Okay, my favorite I would say is our new Sutton scallop, which has a scallop hemline on the sleeves and the hemline. And with the tartan, I just feel like it's festive and, really and fancy kind of. Fancy fleece. That's what we always say we make, fancy fleece. So I feel like that's the fanciest of this drop next week.
It'll be really good to
either that one on Thanksgiving
too. And also to Christmas Eve or Christmas.
And we're hosting Thanksgiving this year, so I feel like I'm going to be moving around a lot. So I think that it'll be comfortable.
Something that's
that can like breathe.
Go a long way.
Exactly. Go the distance of the day of hosting 20 people at our house.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's the drop next week. Festive holiday tartan.
10 a.m. Eastern
Tuesday on the 19th. Okay. So for those who might be listening, the 5 of you, the 2 of you might be our mom and dad.
Our mom and dad, maybe our husbands, but probably not.
But maybe not. More than likely not. We'll tell them about it after. We are sisters. We launched our company in 2015. So next year we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And we love what we do. We love our company. It's turned into this wonderful family company. Our mom is involved still. She helps with all the design. She's in every fitting. She has great opinions on fit and fabric and whatnot. And we look to her for a lot of our design decision making.
And cheerleading.
And cheerleading. Yes, she's our biggest cheerleader and most positive reinforcement whenever things are hard, which they can be. And we have a wonderful office. We're in Greenwich, Connecticut right now. And we have an office above us, actually, which is part of the reason why we're doing this podcast, too, because there's a podcast studio now in the basement or in the first floor of our office building. And so this is super convenient. And yes, we started 10 years ago, and we just thought there was a gap in the market for stylish fleece clothing, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And Lauren has an amazing fashion background. I have more of a partnership marketing background, focused on events, specifically in the sports world. So if you combine the fashion and the sports, more athleisure kind of brand.
Yes.
But I don't know. I always describe us as a little bit different than athleisure.
Yeah.
We don't make athletic clothes more stylish. We make a blazer or something a little bit that you would wear to work or on a nice, to a nice
it's
dinner,
like
and make it more comfortable.
Yes, exactly.
So you can wear it all day, every day, no matter what.
Yeah,
comes
and I think
at you.
exactly. And I think another thing too that I'm bad at communicating on my own personal Instagram about our brand is that our styles we fit them as if they're like a luxury style. Like our blazers are like fit perfectly, the tailoring and like the lining and just everything about it. We spend so much time with like the trims and the snaps and the zippers and all that. And we're such an affordable brand, knowing that like just the time that we spend on everything down to like the last detail. And our director of production, Jess, like it's such a process and it's such a labor of love. We're not just like zinging styles out and like launching whatever we think, it's like very thought out. And
God bless Jess, because we make decisions up until the very last second. So she she's making all the changes and everything and bears with us.
Thanks, Jess.
I know, she's the best. But that's the beauty of having your own business too, is you can make these decisions on a whim and not have to report to all the hierarchy, which I think has been awesome.
Yes, exactly. And we have a wonderful team of ladies that have been with us for a long time now. Kelly, Whitney, we have Madeline and Julia. We have this awesome team of women, Jennifer. We have agencies that we work with that have now built this company over the past 9 years. And we're just excited to talk more about it and behind the scenes. And maybe I'll spill some fashion stories from some juicy stories of my previous life. But yeah, I think we love working with the women that we work with. And I think it's, day in and day out, and there can be really hard times too. I feel like, if you think about the past 9 years, like COVID.
Yeah. Well, and that's why we wanted to kind of start this too, to show, we started this as a side hustle 9 years ago, and it's turned into something bigger than a side hustle at this point.
Yes, exactly.
It's a full-time job for us, our mom, and the many women that work with us, but it's not all mermaids and butterflies.
No, it's really not.
It's really not. But it's, we have each other to get through it all. And it's very humbling.
Yes.
And I think it's important to kind of show that side of the business too.
Yeah, exactly.
As well as the ups.
And we're so lucky we have each other. Cause like I had lunch with a friend recently, and there were moments we were talking about burnout, and burnout is a real thing. Like in any world in anything of life, like motherhood, business, marriage, like there's so many ups and downs in all of this. And especially in being an entrepreneur, like we've never raised money. we were a family investment early on, like 10 years ago. And because of that, when when things don't go well, there's a lot at stake, I would say. It could be a little scary at times. And I feel like in September this year, I was like, how are we going to make it through this? Just anything, just the company in general. And Khaki pulled me out of it. It was like, we can do this. And remember, I think it's important too, to when you have moments like that of burnout in anything, remember why you're doing it
Why? The why.
The why. Exactly. Why are you here? What is our mission? What's our vision? And to like we were saying on that podcast with Lindsay recently, what is our North Star? And I find whenever I go back to that and I'm reminded by you or dad or mom, to go back to that, then I find that inspiration again.
Yeah. And I mean, really just to go back to that, I think we wanted to start a company together forever. We've always had little ideas here and there.
Yep.
Never really got anything off the ground or really pursued it. Lauren was the one, I will give her credit, to actually doing it.
Rips the Band-Aid.
The hardest part of everything is just, taking that first step.
Yes.
But going back to why we wanted to start, I mean, we were both starting families at the time. We wanted to have kind of, work for ourselves and have a little bit of flexibility to have a company and keep working and be able to financially,
provide for our families. Yeah.
On top of being able to be moms.
Yes. It's a tall order.
So it's a very tall order. There's no balance to it whatsoever.
There's zero balance. And like add in socializing and working out and all that. I don't know. Every day is different. Right. What's going to get done today? I don't know. Not everything, clearly.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we've successfully achieved that. It's obviously a challenge in many parts of our life, but also you have to look at the benefits and we're able to be with our kids when we need to and see them grow and also provide for them as well, which I think is awesome.
Yes, so nice. And I feel like I've been thinking about that a lot too. I wonder if COVID was the silver lining of COVID, was that we all created this hybrid work schedule. Another mom I just met recently was, she works in finance and works hybrid and is able to pick her kids up from school a few times a week.
Right.
I mean, would that have happened before COVID? No, I don't think
we'd have to be at our desk.
Yeah. We'd have to be at our desk arranging childcare, which she still probably does on the days she's in the office, but at least she has those 1 or 2 days to do pickup and, which is not always
meetings around pickup time.
Yeah, exactly. And go out for 20 minutes or whatever.
It is.
Yeah. And pick up your child, even though it can be very anticlimactic if they get in the car and they're tired and whining and you're like, okay, well, I tried. But no, I just feel like that's such a beautiful part of such a dark time, was that we have this time back in a way.
Right.
And we can do both, whether successfully or unsuccessfully.
I know. It all goes back to there being no balance. Sometimes you have a good work day. Sometimes you have a terrible work day, but you're a good mom. And sometimes you're great at work and you're a terrible mom.
Yes, yes. And you can kind of evaluate at the end of the day, which is what we do over text message at 7 p.m. while we're standing in our kitchens, venting about what went wrong that day or what went right and celebrating the moment. But kind of just trying to remember all of the, the ups and downs, and that they're going to happen. And, balance is just an everyday, I would say, battle, or, just kind of balance it out.
I think what's also really cool about starting your own thing too, or, us starting our own thing, is that you get to hire some amazing people.
Yes.
And we've had a great team, as Lauren mentioned earlier, and most of them are at, similar phases of life. And some of them had kids, was out of the work world for a little while, and then wanted to come back in and and they're consultants for us. So they get to work 20 hours a week or wherever it is and be with their kids, but also keep their brain in that work world, something other than just, I don't want to say just, because, being stay-at-home moms also
it's so
amazing
hard.
And so hard. I give them major credit. But, some people want to have a little bit of an outlet as well. And so we're able to provide that for them, which I think is awesome. And they've been with us forever. And
they're experts in what they do. They're so good at what they do. And it's oh my God, this is so great, because we need your help.
I know. They have the experience and the
the
background to help us out and get us through some awesome and tough times too.
Yeah, 100%. So I guess we could talk about too side hustles, because maybe if you're listening to this and you're a mom, or you're, not a mom or hoping to be a mom, or you have a business idea. We were recently interviewed for entrepreneur.com, and the whole premise of the article was about entrepreneurs that started their business as a side hustle. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because for you, it very much was when we started.
Yes.
You were working full time, pregnant.
I was
with JJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I had him.
Yeah.
And he was a baby. So
yes.
I was working around the nap schedule.
And then still
on
working.
Maternity leave.
Yes. Well, maternity leave, but employed.
Yeah.
And then for me, I actually left my job and, was going to take time off. I was trying to get pregnant and all that and, whatever. And, I had nothing to lose moment of I'm either going to just do this or, I have nothing to lose I might as well just start this with this great idea that mom actually had at first. Our mom, Bonnie, was I have fleece jackets and they just don't look cute. And why can't there be something that looks cute from lunch to dinner? And that was the light bulb moment. And so, it was kind of, you know, I just thought for me, it was now or never. And the minute I kind of took the lead and like found samples, you know, we made samples, we found fabrics. Khaki was like, well, I'm going to join in because it sounds awesome. And we all wanted to work together, like you said earlier. But you did it like you overnight made our site one night. I still don't know how you did it.
I think I stayed up all night
yes.
doing it. I don't know. I have this
thing
I
remember why now. Because that guy, the graphic designer that we found, disappeared.
He disappeared. So we hired someone to help us create our own website.
Yes.
And he was going to build it from like scratch.
Yes.
Which at the time, Shopify was relatively new.
Yeah. It wasn't
and there was
even
Squarespace.
where it is now.
So there were
Squarespace.
ways to do it without building it from scratch.
Yes.
So we hired this freelancer to help us build it, and all of a sudden he just disappeared, and we were about to launch.
He ghosted
it was
us.
like the week that we were going to launch the whole business.
Yeah we were ready to go. We had our brand, we had our logo, we had photography, we had inventory that had just arrived that was in my basement ready to be fulfilled, and no website.
So I was like, well, I think I can do this. So, you know, I don't have any coding background or anything. Like, I don't build websites. This is not something that I'm professional at by any means. But I went onto Squarespace at the time, and I was like, I can do this. There's templates.
Yes.
I can figure it out. I taught myself like very basic code within like a week.
I don't know how you did that.
I don't know. I just got on it and I was like, I'm going to do this.
I know, but I just remember waking up in the morning and you were like, I did it. The website's done. And I was like,
up all night, which I have this thing. I don't know. Ever since I was little, if I'm like on the cusp of doing something, I just don't sleep.
Yeah, you don't sleep. No, you're up all night. Meanwhile, I'm like, I got to go to bed. Yeah. I'll see you in the morning. Glad you figured that out.
So that happened, and we were able to launch. And I mean, granted, the website needed some help, but it gave us
great.
The start.
I wish we had a screenshot of it or something. I can picture it. It was like very basic, and it looked great, I thought. And our first orders were from family and friends.
Yes.
And we just kind of went from there and built like organically, I would say, and slowly. Like that was always our goal, was slow growth.
I mean, you know, and from the start, it's really about word of mouth. So we honestly collected every single person that we have ever communicated with or had their email or whatever it was, and combined everything into one big email list.
Yep.
So we sent them an initial email, like letting them know what we were doing, sign up for a newsletter. It's launching now. So and sent them the website, and orders started to trickle in, and we were like,
they
oh
did.
My gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, people were excited, I feel like, when we were super excited. It was really nerve-wracking. I always say it felt like Christmas morning because I was like so excited, but it had that like nervous energy, like excitement that we were doing this and that we were just ripping it, the Band-Aid, and doing it. And it was such a fun time. I mean, our factory was local, and we loved the samples. That was why we did it, I think, because we saw the samples and we were like, we have to have these. Yeah. And one of them was our Cobble Hill turtleneck, which is still our bestseller to this day, which is luck, I would say, that is still number one.
I know. That's incredible. The black Cobble Hill turtleneck.
Yes.
Since day one.
It's like every year we pull the results, and every year we are amazed. That style just keeps on giving.
Yeah. I know. And so Lauren and my mom, back to, you know, the initial phases, found a local seamstress in Norwalk, Connecticut. Yep. And she helped us create our first samples. And once you guys put them on, you were like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
So we did it. And Lauren found a factory in Brooklyn.
Yes. We had a factory in Greenpoint.
And they helped us. They helped us a lot. They were like our partnership for the first, I don't know, how long was that? 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah. 6 years.
And
that sounds about right.
So they helped us. They also helped us with like business questions.
Yeah,
right?
They did. Yes.
They were such an integral part. So we couldn't have really
done it
without them. So we started out really small.
Yep.
So we sold the first few, we had sellouts right at the start just because we made such small quantities, and it caught on quickly.
Yeah. And we tapped into the local influencers and people and kind of paid them whatever amount we could to promote the product, and that was successful too. I feel like that really helped. And then they would wear it just because they loved it. So it's like we got those like natural just like tags on Instagram.
I know. I think that's the other thing too, that me with my like numbers and business, like
Yeah.
finance.
Yeah.
I don't want to say finance, but like,
yeah,
I'm all about the operations stuff.
Yes.
Lauren was like, well, we have to send gifts out. We have to send
Yes.
product out. And I was like, but every product you send out, we're not going to be able to sell.
Yeah.
And Lauren's like, but then they'll promote it and then we'll sell many more of them. And I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Do it. And so we sent
did.
a bunch of gifts out to influencers and they started wearing them organically. Like,
Yes.
we paid a few of them very, very, very small amounts at the beginning, but most of them would just start wearing them. Like they'd throw them on in the morning.
Yeah.
And
they
wear
would
them on
tag
stories
us.
or, in their posts, and people would be like, what are you wearing?
Yeah,
And then they would
I
tell
need
us
that.
tell their followers about us. And so it was very organic
Yeah,
growth at the beginning.
it
but
was.
To Lauren's credit, gifting is
Gifting
worth it.
works. I know. I mean, I worked in PR and in public relations in fashion for so long, and gifting and relationship building really does a lot, for the brand. I think goes a long way. It's not, one product to one person. You never know what could happen or who could see it or,
right.
Who might mention it on Instagram. So there's a lot of Dudley Stevens out there that we've gifted to ladies that might not even know that even know who we are.
Right, yeah.
But it's the best way to do it.
I know. And then also, I mean, just to piggyback off of that, making connections, I think, was huge. Not only to get the word out there about our brand, but also to talk to people and figure out
how to do
things.
Yes. Oh, it was so crazy when we were growing and when things really started to get traction and pick up, and we were fulfilling orders out of my basement. We actually took a video of it. Do you remember the video we took of it?
Yeah.
We were actually contacted by ABC News, and they were doing a Made in the US story, and we were making our stuff in the US then at that point. We do make some still in the US actually in Queens. But at the time we were making very few amounts, and it was easy to find local production. And so we had a home recorded video of us in my basement, and the lighting was
iPhone,
terrible
on an old iPhone.
Yeah, and packing orders, and we submitted it to ABC, and they were like, "Okay, thanks."
Moving on to the next.
We did not get on to ABC.
But I still have the video.
We still have the video. Yeah. I don't know. I'm scared to watch it. We'll save that one for later, and maybe have a glass of wine and then bring it up later on. It's kind of embarrassing. But you have to try, right?
Yeah, you got to try. True.
Yeah. No, but so we just started so scrappy like that. And we still say to this day, we're scrappy. We have a small team. I think, and in that podcast we had with Lindsay, our favorite quote is bigger is not better. And, just what we're doing day in and day out is so fun, and we want to keep it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's not worth it to go too crazy.
Well, yeah. And there's a lot of risk also, finding investment money and all that too.
Yeah,
we kind of just wanted to reinvest our profits, grow naturally, and still have our own business and report to ourselves.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
if
why we started this, not to have a boss. Yeah, who wants a boss? I don't know. It just felt like we could have a lot more autonomy if we didn't raise money. I don't know. It just felt more natural that way. I think it's always felt that way. I don't know. I don't know. Along the way, you get tempted and you're like, oh, maybe that could really grow the business or push things or whatever. But I just feel, I don't know. I just feel happier with the way it is.
Yeah,
I think.
I know. And this isn't the only way to start a company. There's many other ways to start companies. But
I would recommend finding a partner.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard doing it alone.
True.
I don't know. All of our friends that are entrepreneurs and solo, it's so hard.
Yeah.
You have to travel alone. I don't know. We're lucky we travel and we're it's like a sister trip.
I know. Some people are like, how do you do that with your sister?
I know. Well.
And are like, well, I don't know how we wouldn't do it without each other. But also,
I wouldn't want to do it with anyone
We get
else.
into our fights too. It's not.
I know. That's true. We can bother each other. That's for sure. But I don't know. I think it just is easier to do it together. I guess that's why there are so many family businesses. It just is a natural thing.
Right.
And also we're both off doing our own things with our families now, and we live in different towns, and I feel like the business brings us together, Yeah. I think life is so busy, and I would worry that I wouldn't see you.
That's true. That's a good point.
I don't know.
That is very true.
It's nice.
We're so busy.
I know. And sometimes our kids will be like, we haven't seen our cousins in a while. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Haggy and I see each other every day. We need to get together with the kids.
No, they're
it's
so busy.
Such a busy time right now.
Once we leave work, it's
it's
carpooling.
insane.
We're basically Uber drivers.
We are Uber
taking
drivers.
Our kids everywhere.
I have mints and water in my car. I provide things for the kids for them to get in the car and feel comfortable.
I know, constantly in the car, which brings us back to why we're starting this podcast, because we're in the car and Lauren and I will call each other just to be on the phone
Yeah,
together.
I know.
We
And
don't
sometimes it
necessarily
just
even
gets
have
silent.
anything to say.
Yeah. Like, and maybe that's why we want to start this podcast. I feel like there aren't enough podcasts out there that are just like mindless, funny.
Right.
I mean, I hope we're funny. I don't know if we're funny.
We think we're funny.
Yeah, but just like fun, chatty talk about side hustles, business, motherhood. I think that's like where we're all at in our lives right now.
It's funny. I know sometimes we're on the phone and it will just go silent.
I know. It happened yesterday.
Lauren and I are like, you still there?
I know. And then the other day I was like, I'm actually at the car wash. I should probably hang up. I gotta go. I don't know. It's really funny. Yeah. If you do that with your sister, will you let us know?
Yeah, I know. Are we the only weirdos out there?
There's just something reassuring about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that back to business stuff, like it's really fun doing it with you. I love Mom being involved too. I think she brings just that like chicness and like good vibes. I don't know. She has a positive view on things. Yeah. It's really helpful.
Definitely. I think, when we first started, Dudley Stevens was like the topic of every conversation. Yes. I want to say, like, even at Thanksgiving dinner, I feel like we didn't really ever step away from it.
Yeah.
But now it's gotten to a point where it's like, okay, this is family time.
Yes. And we don't talk about
it as much.
That's so true.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's funny.
No, you're right. I wonder if we all are like, okay, let's just enjoy the kids and like not talk shop.
Right.
Talk shop. At family dinner.
You have to have like a little separation too.
You do.
I think it's healthy for everybody.
I agree. I totally agree. That's a good point. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's been a really fun 9 years. I'm excited for next year, for 10 years. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for this podcast. I feel like we can be authentic in a way that I don't feel things are on Instagram right now. But I love Instagram. I'm never I'm not leaving Instagram, obviously. But I'm like craving more connection with people. Right. I think that's what it is.
So when you see Lauren doing her reels in front of her mirror, you can see.
Yeah.
She looks all put together.
It's really not all the time. It's actually really not.
I didn't say it. She did.
Yeah, you teed me up. And it's true. It's usually really chaotic in the background. And I'm like texting Khaki like, God, these reels are hard to make. And
man, I don't even try with the reels. I
know.
Can't.
It's really hard.
We do a great job with it, though.
We have to show the product, right? And how it's styled and how much we love it. But it is stressful. And I am doing a 99 Days of Dudley challenge right now.
I know. What day are you on?
I think it's day 44 tomorrow or today.
That's impressive. I know at first we were like, this is going to be a lot. But then you got into it and you're like, I wear Dudley every day anyway.
And sometimes I wear it 2 times a day.
Yeah.
Like I put on a morning outfit and then an afternoon outfit.
Yeah.
Sometimes an evening outfit. Sometimes my comfies like at night if I like is Dudley. So it's an all day thing. And it should be easy for me to document that every day. So I'll get there. 99. Yeah. And that'll be the end. I think it's like early January, which is so crazy. And it's also our season. Like we are in the home stretch right now. Our Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales going crazy, which is really exciting.
Launched it. So if you guys haven't heard, go to
30
our site.
to 50% off. There's some really good finds on there. Really and Sale on Sale I just saw today. That's really good too.
The Sale on Sale. Really good deals there.
Yes.
And you don't need a code, which I think is awesome.
Yes. Just check out. And it's like the best gift for, I would say, moms. Like get your mom a Dudley Stevens. If you haven't already.
Or your mother-in-law. The person you don't know what to get.
Yes. That's
her a Dudley.
What she needs.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's such a good gift. And we have the return windows open after Christmas, or you can get a gift card. I just think it's such a lovely thing.
We also have men's and kids stuff too.
Yes.
So.
Oh, and men's waffle.
Oh my
People keep telling me they love the waffle fabric for men.
John, my husband, loves it. He put it on. He was like, "Ooh, I love this."
I know, and I love that. Actually, John requested a style for next year.
John. So those of you who don't know John, he's from Massachusetts. He works in the construction industry. He's very sporty. This is good. This is a good thing for him. He loves his athleisure.
Yes, exactly. And so when John requested a style, we knew he was on to something. We knew he had the right idea. So we're making it for next year. Yeah. It'll be great.
I know. He put that waffle Duffield on and he was like, this is good.
You know what Graham was wearing this morning? Our men's with the collar, the 2-button collar.
John wore that this weekend.
Wait, so do we still have that in stock? I don't even know.
But
it looked so good. I was like, Graham, you need to wear that more often. Yeah. I don't know. And he wore it to work. And he works like in a it's like a dressed up thing.
Suits to work.
I was like, that looks good with jeans. I didn't even realize it was us. I saw it quickly and then I was like, wait, that's great. I forgot about that one. So That's a great idea. If we still have it in stock, we might not. Here I am talking it up. It might be out of stock.
Things that we don't have on our site anymore.
Okay, sorry, Kelly.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. Sorry, team. Anyway, that's a really good one. So
that's a good one.
check out the sale.
What's coming up?
So we have the tartan drop next week, and then we have another drop before Thanksgiving that I can't recall exactly what that is off the top of my head. But then we have a neon Dudley drop that I am so excited about.
So good.
And that's for all the skiers or outdoorsy fleece ladies. It's all neon colors. We're doing our neon. So we have our pineapple, which is embroidered on all of our styles. And we're doing a neon green fleece in like all neon green. So it's very bright and it's so fun. And it's like the 80s.
Yes.
Like the 80s and 90s, which I've been back.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
I'm ready for bright colors. There's a lot of browns, which I know is in right now. I'm wearing it. But like,
no, I just feel like in the winter, you want color. Like, especially if you're going to be on a ski mountain or like outside with your kids sledding or whatever it is.
Oh, also we have neon kids, which
neon
is
kids,
the best. Especially when you're at like a big party and you can't find them.
If you're outdoors with your children.
Not that ever happens to me.
Never. Put them in a neon Dudley and you will not lose them. Yeah. They'll be across the playing field on the playground and you'll see the neon pink or whatever. Now we have neon orange coming.
Actually, I just heard a story from a friend in town who was at the marathon, the New York Marathon recently. Oh, yeah. And she lost track of her little son who was like 6 or 7, I think.
Gosh.
And he was wearing, or no, she was wearing the neon Dudley.
Okay.
And he found her.
No way.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
See, I'm telling you, safety.
Yeah.
We're just providing safety for you and your children. So
well, that is funny. Remember when we were making them and our fabric manufacturer, what did they ask? They asked if we wanted like the extra.
We had to sign a form saying this would not be used for crossing guards.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be a liability. And I was like, is this a good sign or bad sign that we have to like sign this form?
I think it's a good sign because people are loving it.
People love it. So maybe it was a good sign, but we were a little hesitant when I was like, this is quite bizarre that we're making like crossing guard colors.
Crossing guard fleece.
Yeah, we're trying to make it stylish. I don't know. We'll see if it works. But we do love it. And our kids love it too. That neon orange is so cute for the boys. Cute. It's like great. Yeah. And it's cool. And my kids' school color is orange. So,
perfect.
They're going to be wearing that all the time.
I know. Well, it kind of goes back. My kids love it because it's soft and cozy.
Yes.
And I think that's why we love it too.
I know.
As much as we don't want to admit that we need security blankets anymore,
I know.
We do.
This turtleneck is like a security blanket. Yeah. It's like you put it on and you feel like you can do anything.
Right.
And also cover up my aging neck. Which I'm very self-conscious about these days. So it does everything. It does it all. So anyway, okay. So I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think we're good.
I mean, I think we had a lot of fun and
we did.
More to come, but I know we'll leave a little question. So definitely leave topics of anything that you want to hear about, anyone you think we should interview that has a side hustle or
side hustle or entrepreneur. Yeah. Business, doctor, anything. I love speaking to women that are doing their own thing, going out on their own.
Doing their thing.
It's a lot. Feels like you're standing on the edge of a building sometimes and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How are we going to get through this? But then
you do.
Then you do. And it could become really fun and it could be worth it. Yeah. So anyway.
So send us any feedback.
Yes.
Go check out our site.
Yes. Check out the sale.
Come back next week.
Yeah. I think every Monday.
Drop ideas.
Yes. Oh yeah.
We'll try to do every Monday, but like
I
we
know.
said,
hold us, don't hold us to that. No. Hold us, don't hold us to that.
You know what we mean.
Yeah. You know, Mondays, we'll try. We're going to do our best. Every Monday morning, we'll release an episode and hopefully we'll provide some relaxation, comfort,
some coffee talk,
some coffee talk. Yeah. Maybe we'll record this during a happy hour one time.
Yeah, we should.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Idea. Yeah. Right now we're drinking coffee, so it's not as exciting. But anyway, okay. Well, thank you for joining. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks so much. This was really fun.
I know it was.
Thanks for talking me into doing this.
Yeah, I know. Haha. Gotcha. All right. Okay.
Thanks,
we'll see you on Monday. Talk to you on Monday. Okay. Bye.